All right, moving on to functions. Within the Python Basics section here, functions allow you to define a set of steps and parameters and call upon it later. The way that you begin a function is always the same with the letters D, E, F. And the next part of the syntax is to actually name the function. So we're going to call it my function. We open up parentheses if you have parameters for when the function is called later, or variables. You'll insert that here. For now, we're just going to leave it open. Insert a colon and then click enter. Drop down to the next line. Make sure you are indented. Jupyter Notebook will automatically do that for you when you're writing Python code. But if you're using a different IDE, then make sure you're paying attention to that. Now, in order to return something from a function, you will use the word return and then return what you want to. So if I wanted to return the word hello, this is a very simple function. I'm going to go ahead and shift enter to run this. And then the way that we can call on this function is by typing it out, my function, and we shift enter and it returns that hello. So that's just the very basic form of how a function works. Now, let's say we have different variables that are within our code somewhere, and they're going to change. So it's not always going to be the same thing. We don't always want to return hello. What we'll do is we'll use the example of a tax payment. So we're going to start to create the function. We're going to just call this tax payment. And within these parentheses, the variables we're going to use is income and the tax percent. So then we'll add our colon, click next. And now in order to calculate this is going to calculate the taxes that we're paying, not what's left over. So we're going to call our variable total paid. This is where we're going to create the equation to calculate this tax payment. And all that'll be is the income times the tax percent. And what we'll want to do when this function is called is return the total amount paid. So we'll shift enter, that creates the tax payment function. And now to actually show you how this function works, we're going to first type in the function name, tax payment. And then we have to insert our two parameters, which is the income and the tax percentage. So let's say we have $100,000 in income and we pay 25% in taxes. We're going to enter that as a float. When we click to enter this, what it's going to do is it's going to run through this function. It's taking in our income as $100,000. It's taking in our tax percent as 25. It should return us $25,000. Shift enter 25,000. So you can see how that works. Now, if we wanted to run this for somebody else who has a different income, maybe they make $80,000 and they're paying 20% tax. We'll shift enter and $16,000 is 20% of 80,000. So that is how functions work.